Jordan, do you want to read the question?
I can read the question.
Yeah.
One sec. Okay. Can you guys see I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Prompt. Write a function that takes in an array of integers and one second. Returns a Boolean representing whether the array is monotonic. An array is said to be monotonic if its elements from left to right are entirely non-increasing or entirely non-decreasing. Non-increasing elements are not necessarily exclusively decreasing. They simply don't increase. Similarly, non-decreasing elements are not necessarily exclusively increasing. Well, I lost my spot. What's going on? They simply do not decrease. Note that empty arrays and arrays of one element are monotonic. Sample input is an array -1, -5, -10, 1100, 1100, 1101, 1102, 9001, and the sample output is true.
Yeah, great. So,
Function.
so does anybody can explain the question more?
Sure. I mean, the basic, yeah. So basically, monotonic means like something that doesn't change. It's basically making sure that the direction is either always increasing or plateauing, but never changing direction from increasing to eventually decreasing, or the vice versa, from decreasing to increasing. It can plateau and go a tier up, plateau, and then go up again like a step ladder or a step down. But it can never change directions from positive to eventually negative or from negative to positive. So you can have the same number appear more than once. It could be 10 times in a row, as long as it doesn't change direction from increasing down to negative or from decreasing to positive.
Yes.
So that's what it's expecting.
I like the explanation.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it when I read it.
It was confusing at first until I saw the sample input. I was like, oh, okay, that's what they mean. It's like non-decreasing.
So I guess
Jen,
you're the driver.
Yeah, you're something. Driver, navigator. You're
He's the driver
order
for now.
giver, supervisor. Like you're something here. So what are we doing next?
Yeah, but today I didn't prepare very well, like like the past.
You also just know the steps. Like now that I understand the problem, I understand. I have some ideas on how to solve it. I just need to know. So are we just gonna go over like? I forget what the next step is before we actually code. I don't remember.
It was like pseudo coding or like talking about
yeah, we're doing something like that.
Talk about make sure you understand all the instructions and the expected output and any constraints that you want to apply, or clarify any edge cases that may appear too.
Okay, so I guess which file? All right, which file are we doing the notes take thing, or we're taking notes?
Notes take. Yeah, all the walkthrough. Doesn't matter which one you like.
Okay.
Be the notes take walkthrough.
I see your MD skills, your markdown skills. I was like, ooh, we got dashes, we got.
Okay. Okay.
Headers is lit out here. Okay, so.
Because everyone can see the split screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing we notice is like, it's only an empty array is monotonic, and also, God, why does it jump my? An array of one element is monotonic. So we want to check for those. Those are some edge cases that I mentioned. Consecutive numbers can be equal and still be monotonic. That's a hard word to remember. Okay. So are there any other edge cases that we can sort of think of right now to solve the problem that we might run into? Guessing no.
What are the constraints again? What are they listed as constraints?
Okay, so you got the split screen up on the share. So elements from left to right are entirely non-increasing or entirely non-decreasing. So as far as constraints, it mentions empty arrays and arrays of one element are monotonic, so that would still return true. And as based on the example, consecutive elements that are of equal value would also be monotonic. Well, it has to be entirely non-increasing. It has to be entirely non-increasing or non-decreasing. So I guess even like potentially an array of all the same number would also be monotonic, I believe. Based on that logic.
Sorry, repeat that.
So basically, an array of all the same numbers would be monotonic.
Yep.
Yep.
If we just have one, the number one, like 200 times. Okay.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't change direction.
Yeah.
And so it has to be sorted kind of, so like lowest to greatest in value. No.
So from what it sounds like, the array we're given, we're reading from left to right, so it should be sorted. Otherwise,
It should be sorted.
would
Okay.
not be- otherwise, by default, it would not be monotonic.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, just look at example 2, 6544. It's sorted, but in what way? Decreasing order.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it can go up or it can go down, but it can't go up and down, right?
Right. It can't be both directions.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there shouldn't be an inflection point.
Okay. But not up. This is it. Yeah, I think that pretty much. Unless anyone has any other ideas, I think that covers all of our edge cases as far as what we're
Edge cases.
looking to solve.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just at the end. So algorithm walkthrough. So I guess now we would start pseudocoding. So as far as ideas, obviously we need to go through the array. Does anyone have any ideas as far as how to go about comparing the numbers? Or, seeing if the array is monotonic.
Yeah, so, I mean, simple traversal left to right. So you go from for loop, right, from starting from 0 to the length of the given array, A. And then you would increment it after each pass. So then you need to track whether they're increasing or decreasing. So what does that mean? I mean, I pretty much think I have the solution, so I don't want to. I don't know. How much do you want me to actually derive here? And I'll leave you.
I feel your pain. So yeah. At first, I was like, "Yo, this sounds difficult," but that's just because monotonic was the word of the day, and that threw me off.
Yeah.
Once I learned what it
Yeah.
meant, I was like, oh, okay, well, never mind. So, yeah, I have some ideas. So we loop over the rate and determine if it's increasing or decreasing. So, in this,
So I'm just gonna put this out there. Like, so how do you plan to track whether or not it's increasing or decreasing or changing directions? How would you think you would want to go about it?
well, before I give a suggestion, does anyone else have a suggestion?
I'm thinking. How would we want to track if it's increasing or decreasing?
Or yeah, at the bare minimum, and then also you want to know, has it changed directions, right?
So we're only going with one pointer, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Do
thankfully,
we want to store it
we just need to
somewhere?
check the
And
order. We're not
Is that
mutating
needed?
anything, so we
Okay.
don't need to store a copy of the array. But we do need to see whether the numbers in the array are getting bigger and getting smaller. So how do you suggest we handle that?
So as you're iterating, right? So if you go through your first pass, you just think about it. What's going to happen in your first iteration?
So, Ren, do you want to walk through the system for us? You can type the notes here.
Oh yeah, you can also type since you got the. I'll move my
Oh.
cursor somewhere if you want to write.
Type
How
line
does that work?
23.
Oh, I'm looking at
Then
your,
walk
in
through
your
the
screen
problem.
share.
Yeah, don't look at the screen. Just look at the editor
I'm
if
looking
you're
at the
gonna.
screen, I'm like, I can't do anything.
You're like,
Where's
this is
my
awful.
code?
This program's stupid. Oh wait.
Okay, okay,
Oh, I
Ren
see
is
him now.
orange one.
Okay.
Yeah, you can start doing the line 21. Yeah. Can we everybody see?
I
Right?
can
Yeah.
see him skirting around.
Yeah,
so we need
the
loop over the
orange
entire
one.
array.
This auto
Yeah.
formatting is getting on my nerves, though. I'm not gonna lie. But
Inside of
just watch out for that. Everything else is fine.
what happened to the note? Where on VS
Oh wait,
Code,
where did you go? Did you switch files? I don't see your cursor anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
it
on
went
the.
He's on
He's
Oh,
the.
he's on the other thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't go there. Just
I
switched.
can copy the question for you. You know.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you can do that if you want. Sure, go ahead. I mean, go for it.
I don't know what you want. You know. Okay, here.
So basically, with each pass, we want to check if we're increasing or decreasing, right?
And
Yeah.
obviously,
Okay, so that's the.
and obviously, we need to, compare each number to the number next to it to see whether or not.
Yeah. So when you're saying the number next to it, which number specifically?
So we're going from left to right. So it would be the number, and it would increase in index basically. So the number next to it, going from left to right, is the number we need to compare to determine at least which direction we assume it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
The first two numbers will determine whether we think it's going up or down, usually. Or,
Right. So what would your notation be to get a handle to the consecutive elements in an array? How would you? What's your notation to describe that?
oh, we got the sample input there. Basically, there's a couple ways of doing this. My first thought was we either can subtract the two numbers and store whether the result is positive or negative, kind of keep track of it that way, or basically we compare if the number is greater than or equal to and if it's greater than or equal to, we just say we store some sort of value to make sure. Yeah, so greater than or equal to, because it can be equal. So I'll most likely check if it's greater than or equal to, and then if it's true or false, we store that value and make sure every subsequent value would also.
Okay, so you're saying you want to store the value of your output of your difference of your between the elements.
In some way, yeah. Or we'd have to probably compare them separately. You'd probably have to compare first if it's greater than, and then compare if it's equal to. But just because edge cases. But that's at least the thought process I was leaning towards.
Okay, so let me see something.
Either that, or I'm sure there's a JavaScript math function somewhere that we could just see, is this number negative or 0, and if it's all negative, great. If the difference is always negative or always positive, that would be.
Keep track of whether or not the direction, let's say the direction of the, what is it called? I don't know, of the array values are not changing, obviously. I'll just say by keeping, well, keep track of that, but by storing the difference.
So Ray has watched our video before, so he know what to do.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Someone actually watched those. That's respect.
What video? What are you talking about? I missed that. What do you mean? What video?
I say you watched our YouTube video before, right?
Of what?
He just knows what he's doing. He's tech lead.
Oh yeah. Don't you? Never mind.
He's tech lead out here. He knows exactly what
Tech
to do.
lead.
You should keep track of whether or not the direction of the array values are not changed by storing the difference. And difference in values of the previous and next array elements. So hey guys, yeah. So I would say like this is an array. So you want to know like the first pass is like for I equals 0, starting at 0. And then up to I less than the array.length, and then increment I plus plus. So in the first pass, you say, okay, I'm on element 0, and now I need to, so I don't think, yeah, you want to compare this to the next one. So I could say array at 0, and the difference, I would say array at 1, array at I
plus 1.
which is 0 plus 1.
I plus 1, yeah.
Minus, array at I. That's your value, and then you're gonna know whether it's increasing or decreasing. So that's, you need to keep track of that. So you have to store that. So what are you storing it as? What is it that's important for us to determine? We have to determine whether it's always increasing or always decreasing. So those are two things you have to always keep track of. So knowing that you have to keep track of whether it's always increasing or decreasing, you should have two separate flags for that, or variables to track that.
Right.
You have to initialize or set a flag or a counter or whatever you want to call to determine whether it's always increasing or decreasing. And anytime they change the direction, then you can return out of that and say, hey, it's
false. Right.
How do I word this?
So are you saying we're starting at, say for that sample input array, we're starting at -1, right? And then you're going to compare I plus 1. So we're going to compare the first two.
Yeah, you want to compare the previous and the next or the current
Okay.
So
value.
like, oh crap.
See, it was jumping around like that when I was trying to read the problem too. I knew I was.
It always does that, and that's why I'm like constantly hitting space and delete so it doesn't move my cursor around. Like, dude, just like let me think. So like, we're just doing pseudocode, but basically, you know, I don't know, or I, God, think, you know, minus array, just I, something like that, and then storing that value, basically, hopefully. Then we would kind of store that differently.
So what are the alternatives to this to determine whether it's increasing or decreasing? If you just look at that equation at line 24, you could say, hey, the next one minus the previous one is, you know, how do you know if it's less than, if it's increasing or decreasing?
Yeah, like -5 minus.
So take the case for increasing. How would you know if it's increasing? I'm sorry, say it again.
For example,
Can we check if like the first value is greater than 0 or less than 0 and determine that way?
More simply, yeah, just
Yeah.
plug in some numbers, right?
yeah, so like if according to Davian formula, that will be -5 minus -1, right? Then if the I is 0, then how do you know -4 is increasing or decreasing compared to which number? Compared to -5?
So you want to reference it based on the previous, right? So that's how you know. It's always going to be relative to the previous element in an array to determine that's your base, your current array that you're on. To determine the next one, are you increasing from my set point I'm at now? I'm stepping through 0. Am I increasing or decreasing? It's relative to the index I'm on now. So
Okay.
another way to write that is to say, how is it? If array at value I is greater than the next array value, then what does that mean? Is it increasing or decreasing?
It's increasing.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then
those
for
are the-
decreasing, it's the other way.
Right.
So
Okay. Got it.
So yeah, if it's more like if your current index or element at the current index is greater than the next index value array, then it's increasing. And the other way around is if it's less
Less than.
value, it's decreasing.
Okay. Davian? Where is he?
What are you asking?
Yeah, can you please continue?
Why am I continuing? Continue with what? So increasing or decreasing. So, to further that example, so, is greater than I plus 1. Yes.
And store it and increasing.
Yes. So then it would be, in this case, it would be the decreasing sense. The first number is bigger than the second, but whatever.
Bigger, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's whatever. And then we would just want to make sure that it keeps this decreasing, or at least non-increasing, rather, throughout the entirety of the loop.
Right.
And hence you need to track that. So you want to track it with what? Some variable, right?
Yeah.
So you want to have some flag. Let's call it increasing or decreasing. Does that sound fine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So set variables called increasing or decreasing, and initialize it with a value. And what kind of data type do you expect increasing, decreasing? What makes sense to say it's increasing or decreasing? Do you expect a number or a string?
That's what I was trying to debate on. Like, you may need. I would get into like data structures on this. We may need like almost like an enum, or it may just need like two variables, and just to figure out like if we find out that the first number is bigger than the small number, then like um, non-decreasing is equal to true or something, and then each uh, number from there on out has to make sure that non-decreasing needs to stay true, hypothetically.
Yeah. So we know, we agree we'll create some sort of flags called increasing, or variables called increasing and decreasing. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what do you want to set the initial values to? What's your value do you want to set to increasing and decreasing? What makes sense? What kind of data type? A string, a number, or some other, or an object? Tell me the data type.
I need to be
This
until we
is
figure out
integer.
what to put in.
This is integer, right? It says array of integers.
Right, but we're just talking about the flag that we're creating, or the variable to track it.
Yeah,
What
the
do you want
variable
to
to
set?
track whether it's going, whether it's increasing, decreasing, non-increasing, non-decreasing, as they call it.
I mean, just the name of the variable, right?
Right.
Just look at it. What does it denote to you? What is it telling you the likely data type is?
I'm gonna lean towards a number.
I'll put this. I'll say is increasing or is decreasing. What do you think the data type should be?
Boolean.
Boolean. Yeah.
So
So maybe
your
our
name is
variable name.
increasing. Sorry.
So maybe our variable name can be monotonic, and then the value can be the type can be boolean.
Okay, so we want to say monotonic what?
Okay, which step are we at? Are we walking through the problem
We're
numbers or
still
are we...
setting up variables, so we'll just have a value. I don't know.
So we'll have a variable set to false at first.
I don't know. It doesn't matter what it's called right now.
Yeah.
Equal to a bool something.
Yeah.
Because it could change. And then probably based on that, that will determine what we're checking. Whether if that is true or false, or is based on that, we'll check whether a number is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to its following, its preceding, its whatever the value next to it is. I don't have a name for that. My head hurts. But we'll basically based on this tracker that we're determining. Oh, okay, that the direction of the array is going either up or down. Based on that boolean, will determine which check we're running for the rest of the numbers.
All right. So how about your second variable or flag? So how are you capturing decreasing?
How are we capturing decreasing?
Yeah, we're capturing it increasing right now. Via is
With a bool.
Yeah. So
Right.
like for example, would be equal to. I'm assuming. Stop telling me what.
Boolean again.
I was hoping somebody would finish that sandwich, but
Yeah. So now we're capturing, we have a place to capture at all times, whether it's increasing or decreasing, because that will determine if it changes directions. Then we can just exit out.
Right.
So you walk through, right? You say, hey, is my current value greater than the next value? Yes, so then you know you're decreasing. Or is my next value less than my current value? And then you know that you're increasing. So you have to keep track of that through each step, each loop. And once it changes direction, then you return out.
Exit. Yeah.
and also we still have to check for if the number is equal. Because we don't want to break the loop if the next number is equal.
Yeah. So increasing or decreasing is greater than or equal. So
Equal. Yeah.
it's the same, right? If it's equal to, it's still increasing, or if it's still equal,
Okay.
the other way,
We'll
decreasing.
We'll just include that. Okay. That's
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say greater than or equal to the next one, I think. So, wait, no, just greater than. Yeah, it's increasing. I mean, I guess we'll find out when we get to the case where they're the same.
Yeah, like it's gonna be. Yeah, we'll probably just check if it's equal. It'll be some stupid is non-decreasing or. I hate this wording. It's not non-increasing. To be absolutely technical, and then
I mean,
we'll
yeah, you
determine
you would negate it with the exclamation point, not whatever, decreasing, right?
Yeah, so
Not is increasing, not is decreasing. You would negate it with the operator,
with the bang.
With the
yeah,
thing.
bang.
Yeah.
That would be better.
I don't. Could you even declare? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to the code.
Oh no, in variable name, no. Yeah, but
I'm gonna say like we can't name the variable.
Your if condition, your conditionals, you'll use a not operator if you had to.
Exactly. Is there any other variables we need? I don't think so. Or any other thing, anything else we need to solve this function?
So we're gonna return what at the end?
We're gonna
Return
return
True or false?
True or
Yeah.
false.
Mm-hmm. But how do you determine if it's true or false?
just use equality operator.
On what? What are you comparing it to? I'll tell you. You're tracking it right there. Your is non or is non increasing or decreasing. So you need to use those variables.
You also need to know which one we're returning.
Can we use yes decreasing? Why we need to put yes non-decreasing?
Yeah, you could just put
it's
decreasing.
Whatever.
It's very confusing.
Yeah,
because that's what they said, and they wanted to be confused. Okay,
where it says okay?
No, just put is decreasing.
decreasing.
Just call. I think you just want to initialize. You just want to know is it increasing or decreasing. It just
simplify
it.
Stop reading it.
When you start negating things, you're like, wait.
No, okay, it's up or down. Just is up or was that easier? Is up.
Sure,
is down. Is down.
That's fine.
No. Just put yes increasing, yes decreasing. So simple. Okay.
I'm so picky over your variable names. Okay.
So we're gonna work on the pseudocode, right? Then another person can write the code. Oh, somebody join.
All right.
Okay, who's joining?
We got a new
Hey.
joiner.
Oh, hi. Good to see you. Welcome to join. Join the right moment. We're gonna write pseudocode and write the code. Okay, so let's continue.
I have a question for our pseudocode.
You have a question for the pseudocode? What?
Yeah. I have a question. So right now we have two flags, right? So we need to so which one is tracking the whole pattern, and which one is tracking the one that we change every time? Which one is because we check every time, right? In the for loop.
So I'll ask you, what do you think?
So I think we need to have a flag outside the for loop. That's my thought.
Okay.
So
And what is that flag keeping track of exactly?
I would name that flag pattern, so that I would try to the default value would be null, and when I get into the for loop, and then I know the first pattern, the first change, if it's increasing, I would say, okay, if my pattern is still null like beginning, then I want to assign this change to my pattern variable. But if my pattern variable already got a value in there, it's increasing or it's decreasing, then okay, we know our pattern is not empty anymore. I want to compare my pattern with the change, the little change in our photo. If they are the same, then it means it follows the pattern. If they are not the same, it means it's not following the pattern. Then we can return false. If we go through all the for loop and everything follow the pattern, and outside the for loop, we just return true. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Is there another way?
Well, I would say, does the variables that we're using now, 28 and 29, line 28, 29, is that not sufficient? Is there a way to use those two variables that you're using, you're tracking, to determine whether or not the array has changed directions? Because you already know you're you're iterating left to right. You're saying, okay, let's just take an instance, whatever, -1, -5. Right there, it's decreasing. You're decreasing. You're decreasing. You're decreasing. And then let's say there the third element -10 is a +10. Now has it changed? Hey, you're keeping track of that. Do you really need another flag, or I mean,
So you mean
you're already using increasing.
We compare it's increasing and it's decreasing.
Mhm.
If they conflict,
Yeah,
then
if
return.
it changes.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you.
To piggyback off of her point. So basically, how do we determine? So we have both of these, tracker variables. I'm assuming they're probably just set to false up until we find which one is correct. So at that point, once we know which one we're checking, I guess the question is how then do we make sure to only check that variable?
Do you mean that we don't want both of them are true at the same time?
Well, that could potentially be true, just because if a number is equal, they would both count as true. If the two numbers side by side are equal. But yeah, how do we determine which variable is the important one that can't change once we start our loop?
I think we don't need to change if it's equal. They just stay in false. What do you think? Sorry, and I make it confusing.
No, I'm just my brain is slow today. But so far everything sounds good. I just have that question. But that should
So are we going to move on the pseudocode then implement the real code, or what are we doing now? Like,
you're such a leader, Jed. You're supposed to tell us what to do.
so are we still working through the problem, or are we gonna move to the pseudocode then implement the real code?
Yeah, real code. I think I was interrupting. Let's just move on.
I only read real
Where do you
code.
put the pseudocode?
This is where we're putting the pseudo. I mean, I guess we could also write some comments breaking down the real code as our pseudocode, like the steps that we plan on doing. Like, here's where we increment the variables. Here's our loop. Here's our, is increasing or is decreasing check. Do the basic kind of layout there, and then someone can write the function based off of that.
Cool.
Right.
Is
Okay,
is that correct, Jen? Like, look, we've never had this many people, so we have options now. So
What do you guys usually do?
okay, we're just gonna
Okay,
go to it.
David, have you tried your code yet? Like,
No, I mean,
okay.
so like, do I already have an answer that I know will work in my head? No.
Yeah.
Good idea, but it's not. It's untested.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I don't know if Ray has solved it or not.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he also just has a really educated guess.
Have you solved it,
I
Ray?
haven't tested it, but the way I've reasoned it out, I think it should work.
Okay. So your pseudocode and the logic same as Debian, right?
Something. There's probably some if check. If number is increasing, then change is increasing to true. I don't know. Watch to make sure is equal to true on each pass. If loop ends and is increasing is still true, return true, else return false. Same goes for is decreasing, I guess. Something along those lines. This is very loose pseudocode, but yeah. Feel free to edit.
Okay. So let's move on the pseudocode. I can start writing the pseudocode. So step 1, what do we do?
Declare a variable.
Function you already
And
have.
we initialize our variables.
Init variables. How many variables?
2
Is increasing and is
is
decreasing.
decreasing.
I would, yeah, use a let.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna write pseudocode, so I'm gonna write like this.
Oh, she just wants to be told what to write, but not actually
Yeah.
solve anything.
He's the driver. We're the navigators. Except
I still don't understand those terms. Look,
so
who's
let me. I chatted with Doris yesterday. So traditional, classical way in extreme programming, you have ideally you're supposed to have like pair two people, right?
Yeah.
But either way, the driver is literally like, think you're behind the wheels. You're literally just driving. Your navigator is sitting next to you. Wherever they're sitting, doesn't matter. They're telling you what to do. So hey, press on the gas. You press on the gas. Turn right. You turn right. So the driver is literally just listening and typing exactly what the navigator is telling you. And in this case, you have passenger. If the passenger's not providing input, they'll just listen back, whatever. Or you could be a backseat driver by navigating too, right?
We got a bunch of we got a driver, we got a navigator, we got passengers, we got backseat drivers, we got baby in the back crying. We got
yeah.
luggage.
So technically, it's only supposed to be driver and the navigator. But
right now,
in my experience, there's
but
always
this is the AlgoBus, so we got like
right now I'm trying to give the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traditionally, it's a hybrid. Technically, only the driver is supposed to be riding and not, doing the navigating. But it doesn't usually work out that way ever. You're doing both roles many of the times.
Pair programming is not new. It's just those definitions. I'm like, okay, that makes far more sense.
Okay, what is the second step after we init two variables?
We're gonna have to loop, for loop.
Yeah, you want a for loop from I. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
Probably
for loop, you want to
from
loop through every element in the array.
Okay. Loop through every element of the array, right? Every element of the array.
Oh crap! I just figured out the easiest way to do this.
Okay, after we loop down, what we gonna do? Compare, right? After we loop.
Well, in the loop, not after.
In
Within the loop, you
okay.
want to keep track of whether it's increasing or decreasing.
Keep track. Yes, increasing or decreasing, right?
And we're doing that by comparing I to I plus 1 still?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The current element.
I compare with the array I.
With our current element.
Current element and the next element in the array.
Element and the next element. Okay. So after we compare, what we do after we tracking, then we got the answer, right?
Yeah, I mean, whether it's increasing or decreasing after each comparison, right?
Exit the loop and return the boolean, right? Okay, so we're done.
So this is the thing. Yeah, step 3. When you were saying return the boolean, that's the key thing, that the one step we haven't really finalized.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we can go back to the walkthrough.
If is increasing and is decreasing is equal to true, then it's true.
So think about that. If is increasing and is decreasing is true, what would say? Can you say that again?
Yeah, I said if is increasing and is decreasing is equal to true.
Then what?
Then it's true.
Why would it be true? That means you changed direction, right?
Right. If isn't in increasing or is decreasing is equal to true. Yeah.
And what does that mean?
That means that it's monotonic, right?
Yeah.
So it would be true.
Yes,
she wrote and. Do you want and or?
Oh no, or.
Okay.
Or is it and? Or is it is increasing and not is decreasing?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're going there.
Okay, what do you want?
Ray, just to make sure.
So think about the output. You only have 4 possibilities, right? True, 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 false, false, true, false, false. Tell me, what do you think? Which logical operator is needed to?
I want to say something.
Yeah,
sure.
Go ahead. Yeah.
In my opinion, I think only when we have true, we return false because they conflict. We decrease and increase at the same time, right? But in all other cases, we should return false. We should return true because it's always the same direction. either same direction or they are all the same.
So if it's always increasing and always decreasing, then it's false. That's the only time. Can you repeat that, Doris?
Yeah. So let me try to do this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, when we are increasing and decreasing at the same time, they both are true, then return false in this function.
Can
And
you
other
type in the comments? Sorry. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Go ahead.
and this would happen in our for loop. Okay? Otherwise, at the end, we just return true. Because if they don't become true at the same time, it means it's either decreasing all the way to the end or increasing all the way to the end, or they didn't increase or didn't increase at all. It means the whole array is the same thing.
Right. So let me ask you this: what happens if it's increasing, meaning it's false and false? It's not increasing and not decreasing. What does that mean?
If it's not increasing and it's not decreasing, it means the whole array are the same thing.
Exactly. Right.
So then
the
it's
second
true, right?
condition, no?
Yeah.
So it's two conditions, not just one. You understand what I'm saying? You have true, true, false, false, true, false, false, true.
Yeah.
So your first condition says true, true, right? Is increasing, increasing. What happens when it's false and false?
When it's false and false, it means nothing increased and nothing decreased either.
And
everything in that array is the same thing, like this, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then in this way, in this case, our answer and our flag would be both are false, right? We are not increasing and we are not decreasing either.
so what do you want to return?
Return true.
True.
Because an array of all the same number would be monotonic as well.
So, and if it's true and false, then that change direction, false and true, is false because. All right, so that's using the logical AND operator.
Or
Oh,
maybe
that-
I'm doing it in another way.
So we're gonna do conditional check inside the loop, right? Not outside the loop. Then outside the loop, we just return the Boolean. So are we all agree with that? And should we move on the code now, or what? We still deciding. So what are you guys doing now?
Should be you
Okay.
guys. We're all in this together, Jen.
Oh yeah.
All right, you can start coding. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, who gonna do the driver? I thought I do the pseudocode. Jordan, do you wanna be the driver?
So the driver just listens to the navigator.
Yeah.
Who's navigating?
We all are, or any of us.
We all are.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know who wants to start off the navigation. I could start off the navigation.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
If you got stuck, then another person take on.
I'll hand it off to Doris since she has the input on the condition.
Are you comfortable be the driver? You know.
Sure, the driver listens to the navigator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just blindly follow everything.
Yeah.
That we
Yeah. All right.
Okay, let's do
Result.
it. Okay, let's do it.
is. Well,
So let's increase.
Oh my gosh, I hate how it does this.
I know.
Do you guys want me to do it like after each step, or do you just want me to do it after this?
I know how she wants it done.
After each step. Oh,
Okay.
well,
yeah.
Just type
you-
faster.
well, I mean, I
Are
guess
you-
step one we should have. Well, yeah. I mean, you have to define your function first. No. You have to define. Oh no, the function's there. Yeah.
Yeah, the function's
it's
defined.
Is
Yeah.
increasing. So now what do we? Let's equal to let's
False?
false. Okay, fine. Let
Yeah.
is decreasing equal to false. Step one is done.
Ray compete with the time. Do it fast.
Okay, step
So
two.
Step two. For loop. Open your for.
Stupid thing. Are we all good with it being
You're
I?
stupid. That's what
I
it's saying.
equals 0, yeah.
I'll do the corrections. You just yeah.
I less than array dot length
Okay.
and I plus plus.
Yeah, if you drive over cones,
Wait,
I'll
wait,
fix the cones. You just
Okay, I fixed the pseudocode.
Now, if
Okay.
you want to do your
Oh
first
my
if
god.
condition,
Oh my god. What are we doing
I
now?
got you. I got you. Just okay. You fixed it.
array at I is greater than array at I plus 1,
I can put that shit outside.
I
then
plus one.
increase, then increase is equal to what? True, right? Oh wait, array
increasing.
is false. It's still false, right? If array at 1
Is
is bigger,
increasing.
so it's decreasing.
Yes.
Is still false. Yeah. Wait, is that right?
Yeah.
Array.
If the
If the
first
first
number is bigger
if the
than the
first num-
second number is
Oh, yeah, yeah.
increasing.
It is
it's false.
decreasing. Yeah.
And then
Decreasing.
yeah, and then we have another condition, the same thing with a if a array at I is less than array at I plus 1, then decrease is equal to, or is decreasing is equal to false.
Oh.
But now, so Doris, when do you want to track the
Yeah, let's
change?
suppose we think differently because I think we only changed them to true because they were start from false. So when the next one, when this one bigger than next one, then it's decreasing. So we change it's decreasing to true. So that's what I thought. I didn't think we want to change them to false because
Oh.
that.
Also, are we going to be are these going to be else ifs? Are we looking for multiple conditions to be true or false?
Okay, 1 minute. Are we done this? So we finished question?
No, I was just we're all talking, so I was waiting.
Okay.
Are we
Either-
good with having else ifs, or should we change that?
That's what I'm asking. Like, do we need multiple conditionals to be
check,
true or
yeah.
false? Yeah, or is it just like as soon as we encounter one, that's it, we move on?
That's another way, yeah. We can only have one flag and check what condition. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
We don't need
So,
to.
because it's like you said, it's true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. Like, do we need to know which ones are true and which ones are false, specifically in each pass, or do we just look for the first? Or do we only care about whichever the first conditional is that returns true? I don't,
I think we are talking about another solution. I'm not pretty sure.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Let's finish the rest of the conditionals. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
We didn't do the line 38, this one. Like yes increasing and yes decreasing.
Yeah, so maybe I'll be next navigator now. So
I don't know if I would use else if. I would just say if.
If
Okay.
instead of the second else if.
Yeah.
both of them can be
Okay, 1 minute. Doris, is your logic same as the Ren and Davian logic. If it's different, then it will be solution 2. Then we can do solution 2.
Yeah, I realized that because I thought we can change the condition to true, but actually they are changing this condition to false. So I think I might be the second solution. I'm not thinking the same as them.
Can we set the initial?
Okay, then we're gonna do second solution after we
Do-
finish this one. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just confusing and
Yeah.
conflict. Yeah.
What do you want to do, Ray? Change the
Yeah,
initialization to
so
true?
23 and 24, set those initialized to true. So let's assume that they're true. And then when we get to the loop, for loop, so yeah, if like in line 27, if the current array is bigger than the next one, then is it then increasing is false now, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, it's decreasing.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
same for the
Okay.
other one. That
Okay.
seems to make more sense to me.
Okay.
And if the current array is less than the next array, then really increasing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then so we need to, after the for loop, you want to return. Now this is the key thing. Yeah, we want to, at line 32, I guess, put a space. I mean, after 31, press enter. At the end of 31, press enter. Yeah, and now you want to step back to the for backspace, so it's equivalent to the for loop. So
That
so it
backspace
lines
too
up
much?
with for loop. You want to return at, so press enter. So at 32, so just in the same vertical line as 4. So we have the backspace. So that, yeah, so it lines up with 4. You want to return. Now this is what we're gonna. This is the key part. What are we gonna return? You want to make sure you take into account is increasing, decreasing, and we want to use the proper logical operator and or something, right? So
Right,
now we know.
What did we decide
Yeah.
on? What we wanted to do?
So that's the thing. So,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
we didn't. I think
Okay. Yeah.
went in different directions.
So-
I would say the true. So if anytime they're to take into account true. So is it increasing and decreasing? Then that would mean it's false, right? So if it's true and true, increasing and decreasing, then you know you want to return. It'll return false. But if it's increasing and decreasing, so if it's true and false, that's going to return false. But you don't want that. So I would use the or operator.
Or operator, right?
Yeah. So I would say return increase or decrease. Is increasing or decreasing. And that's it. It's going to return one of the, it's going to turn either true or false. It should meet all 4 conditions: true, false, true, false, true. True or false, meaning you want it to be true, right? If it's increasing, or if it's increasing, true, and if it's decreasing, true, that return false. That's fine. If it's increasing is true, but the other one's false, then it will turn false. True. Yeah. Or wait, it's false. If it's increasing, and it's decreasing. So if it's increasing, let's say, and it's not decreasing, so decreasing should be false. So true or false is true. Yeah. And
Right.
the other way, false or true is true. And if false or false, it's false. So if it's both not increasing and both not decreasing, it's false.
Then
okay,
it's false.
So let's
Yeah,
give
yeah.
it a try.
All right. Does anyone want to run it?
Yeah,
You want me to run it?
I
I
can
have
run.
AlgoBus for it if you want me to. But okay, run it.
Yeah, you can run it first if
But
not.
you're sharing your screen though, so it's easier.
Okay, are you okay with that? Like
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. It's
Let's
group
cross our
effort,
fingers.
you know, like.
Who wants to place bets?
Yeah. Does anyone not agree?
I have a question. Are we returning every time in the for loop?
Yeah. Yes, we're going through every element.
So in each loop, we return and return and return again.
Returning whether it's increasing or decreasing until the end.
Can we just want to return once? No, because right now we would return like 10 times or
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I understand. Like the first time you change directions, so that's an optimization we can think about. Let's see if this one works.
Okay, let's run it first. If not right, then we can just improve the solution.
I think you missed the last bracket.
Oh, they have one though.
Oh,
Can you see the screen? Let's
Yes.
run.
Yep.
Okay, finger crossed. Oh. Okay, so some tests fail, which is that one. Undefined. Like okay, we pass like a big percentage of tests, but we got some tests failed.
what's
So
the
we
in the
just
enriched
gonna
case?
improve.
What is
We
test
didn't
two?
check
What's the
for
input?
undefined or empty arrays. Is that it?
Oh,
Empty
okay.
array.
Like something like that.
Oh, empty array. So I guess we could do an if statement from the very top.
Yeah, you just say
before the
if
for loop. If
it's empty, return true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, where are we
That's
gonna
easy.
Okay, put here.
So basically, it should work. Like all the other edge cases worked except this one.
Empty array, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna paste that one in. Array dot links minus equals 0. That is empty array. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I think that's right syntax.
I thought we just put if array is equal to empty array.
I think that's another
Yeah.
method I think you use.
We can use both way, right? For empty array.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we? Oh, still has some. It's not passing. Can run it again. Okay, so it was like something like this.
copy it. Should we copy it?
Wait, we got to put our equal signs, right? Because if they're if the next value is equal to the same one or to that current value,
Which line?
right? Because let's say the first value. Is that what failed? No, I don't think so, huh?
No.
No.
I still want to
Yeah.
say again for my question
Yeah,
because right now we put a return at the end of our for loop, right? So we
Instead
gonna
of-
return at the first loop when our I is 0 and we return.
Okay, can you revise? Sorry, please. Can you revise the code and we run it and you explain?
You want to put it inside the for loop, you're saying?
No, outside the for.
Outside at the end.
Yeah.
So move this down.
Like this?
Right, Doris?
So if it was me, I might change this back to. Can I change that?
Yes.
I might change them back to false. Should I do it directly?
Yeah, do it. Feel free.
So at the beginning, they are not increasing, they are not decreasing because we don't know it's decreasing or it's increasing. So at the beginning, they are false. We don't know if it is that. And when we are at this condition, our current element is bigger than next one, means we are decreasing. So I would change decreasing to true because as we see, current one is bigger than next one. So we are decreasing. Decreasing is true. And if our current one is smaller than next one, it means next one is bigger. So we are increasing. At the time, our increasing becomes true.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing the exact opposite from the initialization, so that's expected.
And if at this moment both of them are true, it means a conflict. So we return false. Then it would say no, it's not monotonic.
There's the
Let's see. Otherwise, at the end,
Do
return.
you need this one for that? Like, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, should we run it?
Yeah.
And we still need the turning 4 to turning 6, right? The code.
Well, does anyone see what I was trying to do?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
So, technically speaking, if we didn't change the variables around, like the values and stuff, and move the return statement, would it have passed?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's just,
So was the
you just
problem that
flip-
we were returning with each iteration? Yeah.
I think we missed line 39 to 40. We missed the end, like this conditional check.
No,
Wait,
that's
what?
just an
Let's
optimization.
try it.
It just short circuited the loop.
Yeah.
Oh,
So wait,
That's all
are we
it did.
supposed to return is increasing or is decreasing? That was what was failing before.
No, I don't
No,
understand.
it was-
Everything worked except the edge case, the other way, because all Doris did was just flip exactly everything the opposite. True.
Yeah, but we also moved where we were returning as well.
yeah.
Because we
She
were
just
returning inside of the loop before.
Mm,
And then we added this one.
Yeah.
Line.
And then return
like I
true
said,
outside of the
that's
loop.
just an optimization. It's the same thing. The return is the same. Line 43 is the same. The only optimization was done was 39 to 41. It just short circuited the for loop. Right?
But
You understand what I mean by short circuit?
if we don't check the condition, we would always return on the first loop, don't we?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, you changed the logical operator. Oh, yeah. Actually, you changed the whole 43 with the OR, logical OR. But that was working except for the edge case.
Okay. Are we good or we need a second solution?
It is the second solution.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay, fine.
I have another solution though.
Yeah.
If you
Please share. Yeah. Okay. I gonna write that comment out. Then I put second solution here, and then you can write. Okay. Like gonna comment out. Then let's write that one.
Do I also need a driver or?
Yeah, sure. You can write pseudocode. Okay, where are we gonna? Okay, we just here solution 2, right? Solution 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay, can we write pseudocode? Then write the code.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is your solution? So first, step 1, what do you do? Like
step 1, set up a variable pattern.
You need variables. Variables. Okay, then what is it's the same thing?
No.
Can you just write the pseudocode, please?
Oh, sure. I'm not sure how to share the work here.
Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. And Well, like you listen. You're gonna be the driver, okay?
But I don't have the access to the VS Code. Like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was late, so I
Okay, so
kept cutting.
Step 2. For loop. And in a for loop, another variable. Can we do this? No, I don't think so. Another variable for each change. And then check if no pattern. Is this even pseudo? Okay. Then if no
Sometimes
pattern.
people's pseudocode turns into like mostly code.
Yeah.
I do the same sometimes.
Else, I'm not sure if this would work as well. Else if pattern not equal to change, return false. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. And then outside this for loop, I want to return false. This is step 3. Is this step 3 or is step 4?
Yes, step 3. Okay. Okay, pretty clear.
So what is your variable change? What is 56? Line 56?
Okay, she will explain. Yeah. So it's done, right?
Let me try to explain it a little bit, clarify it a little bit. So what I'm trying to do here is I have a variable called pattern. It's going to track the whole pattern. So when we get into our for loop, we want to identify the change. And this change can either be ascending or descending. So when we know it's ascending or descending, then if our pattern is still null, so at here our pattern will be null as our default value. If it is null, it means, hey, we didn't find any pattern before. So right now we find a little change, and it will be ascend or descend. Then we want to assign that change to pattern because our pattern is still null, nothing. Else if our pattern is not null, then we want to check, we want to compare our pattern, the whole pattern, compare it with our little change in this loop. If they are the same, just ignore them, but if they are not the same, I want to return false. And when we loop through everything and nothing is false, never return false, then we return true. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So should we implement the code then?
Yeah.
Okay,
Does that make sense for everyone?
Okay, I can be the
It does.
driver, then other people just tell me what to type. Okay, so what letter pattern?
Yes, pattern.
Equals null.
Default value is null.
So you need to pattern as null, right?
Start from null.
Okay.
Then we have a for loop, iterate through the array.
Okay. Can I write like here? So I don't really know how to write. Okay, so for equals.
You should indent. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. I equals array darling. Right. Array darlings
Correct. Semicolon instead of comma. Semicolon on your line 61. Yeah. And then in for loop, we want to declare second variable called change.
Change.
Yeah. This change will only track the change in that loop. And
No, are we gonna assign the value to it?
yes, we want to assign a value to it, and then I use ternary. So change equal to next value minus previous current value. So next value in this array would be arrays. Yes, that's pseudocode. Yeah.
Okay, so
and the question mark. Yeah, minus current element is bigger than 0.
can you please write the code?
Yeah,
I
let me
don't
say
really.
it again. So
We actually the driver. Why we need a driver? Like if the navigator can type the
Next value, you mean array at I+1, right? By next value.
Yeah. So if you want me to type,
Okay, so we just put like array I plus one, right?
I+1.
Okay.
Well, in brackets, square brackets.
Yeah.
square bracket, yeah. And then current element is array I.
Right. Okay.
I.
Bigger than 0.
Like this.
Yes. And then after question mark, string, a string called ascending. ASC is enough. A string, yeah. The type is string. So give it a quote.
Okay.
And colon, descent, DSC. DESC. Sorry, I don't know how to spell. Right? Okay. And okay, we finished this line. Let's go to the next line.
So
now,
you just return true, right? Oh, okay. Hold on a second.
So in next line we have an if.
Oh, okay.
We check if our pattern is still no. If pattern equal to no.
Do I need to do that or just assignment like this? Or this?
Well, we are comparing them.
Okay.
Equal, yeah, both work, I think. And then pattern, we assign the change to pattern. So pattern equal to change.
Just do like this.
You got it. Yeah. Then outside the if, we want to do else if.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, else if, right? Yeah. Else if
pattern not equal change.
Not equal to change, right? Wait.
Then return false.
Okay.
And out of the for loop.
Okay.
Out of the for loop, return true. Yeah. Does anyone have a question for this one?
Can we run first? Then can you?
That's my only question right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you crash.
Okay.
I don't know. It just run in my head, so.
here. Oh,
Code time out of run out of
You have an
memory.
infinite- you have a Stack Overflow.
infinity loop.
Yeah, you have an assignment like that usually happens when you have an assignment somewhere, like in your conditional. Well, I know that's happened to me, but
Okay, I'm gonna delete that one. Otherwise, my computer will,
yeah.
destroy me. I had the experience with infinity loop. Okay, so should we revising it? Revising it, then try to run the code, please. So we know the problem, right? It's infinity loop, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Did anyone see that?
Can we see the code?
What happened?
Is it because I equals array.length? Should it be I is less than array.length?
Yeah. Sorry, my.
Yeah.
But
It's always happens in the
Typo,
conditional.
Okay.
That was the conditional, yeah. It happened to me recently where someone put an assignment operator in the conditional.
Let's run here. It should work. Okay. Yeah, work most of cases, and some cases is maybe the edge case. I don't know, like what happened. But sorry, can you see?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at those failing ones. Array 1, 2.
Yeah.
So can you stop at one failing array?
Slow down.
Stop at there.
Huh? What did you say?
Can you please stop at one failing test?
Just focus on one failed test case.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. So our output is true, but no. The answer is true, but my output is false, and the input was 1 and 2. Okay.
So increasing.
Yeah, I mean that's monotonic. That's always increasing 1 and 2. It's just 2 elements.
Yeah.
Plug your 1 and 2 value into your for loop. What happens? Step through it.
Can you say that again? It's always ascending or always increasing? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just delete that one. Delete
But
it.
but if
You might fail your other cases if you do that.
Oh man. I'm so happy about what Jennifer said about her computer.
But it's running on the LeetCode's browser. I mean, their engine,
That's so
right?
funny.
If you're running on LeetCode's site, it's not going to affect your CPU or your memory.
Yeah.
If you ran it locally on your VS Code, then yes.
I am so sensitive to infinity loop.
Oh, I didn't check the equal. I only
Okay.
checked ascending and descending.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So where should I put the equal one?
I'm thinking, does anyone have any?
Greater equal like this?
Maybe, you know what? Let's do easy. Make it easy. We just use if and else. So if it's bigger than 0,
Instead of a ternary operator.
Oh, you mean
instead of
like make this to be if else, right?
yeah, just like our first solution.
Oh yeah, because sometimes this platform cannot recognize the most advanced code.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are
Happen.
doing they are doing
Remember, David, last time you wrote a genius code, then the algo
Yeah.
expert didn't recognize.
I don't know if that's the case here, but hopefully.
It didn't recognize your genius, huh?
How dare
Genius.
it? How dare it?
Okay,
Stupid
let's do
computer.
the traditional way. Okay, Doris, please navigate me.
Okay, thank you. I want to. Right now, I'm trying to fixing it, and so outside our if, I want to assign our change to no. Actually, to to no.
Huh?
To no.
So what you want me to do?
So let change equal to no.
You mean like line 55 or line?
Oh, line 62. So
Okay,
you were on there.
so we don't want this one, right? I'm gonna delete that one.
You're gonna use that condition in the if and else later, but yeah, you can type it later.
Okay. So let's change equals to now, and
And if
what happened? Okay.
array I plus 1 bigger than array I,
Mm-hmm.
then change equal to ascend, ASC.
Change equal to what?
Change equal to ascending.
Okay.
Mm,
Need to be string 3.
mm.
Okay.
Else if
Okay.
array I plus 1 smaller than array I, change equal to
Descend. ESC, right? Okay.
and I might need to think about the next thing.
If
Okay.
they are all the same.
Should we run it first or don't run?
Wait a second, because right now we still didn't consider the equal condition. So
Okay.
if pattern equal to no, yeah, we assign the pattern. Actually, it should be fine. When our pattern not equal, otherwise our pattern not equal to change, then return false. Okay. If no one have problem with this one, we can give it a try.
Give it a try. Yeah. Oh my god, what did I do? Okay. Copy.
Control Z. Undo.
Okay. Oh.
Pattern fail.
Only fell one. Fell a little bit. Okay. But at least this time fell in case the from last time, right?
A little bit more.
Yeah.
You failed just a little bit more.
Should I give up? If I give up, what will happen? just move on to next question, or we just finish it here?
Oh, and
Uh,
actually one more
the-
solution. Did you guys mind here?
what
No,
what
do
did
it.
you say?
Go for it.
Yeah. Do you have the link? You just sign in. You see the link here? Live link. It's in the chat. Google Meet chat.
Where is the?
You can post it again
Yeah, because I don't think he might have joined after.
after.
Oh yeah. Here's empty.
Okay. Copy this here. Okay.
Put the code in. Put the function logic in.
Please join it.
Ah,
What was your question?
Did you join it? Not yet. Okay, so if you're gonna take a long time, I just gonna type what you want me to do, you know.
okay. I can like explain something. Like I can explain my thought first, and do you guys think it can work? We can try. If you cannot, we just go through.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep a Doris solution, right? Like here. So, does anybody can comment for Doris solution to make it work? Like,
No, not now.
okay, good try. I just say halfway. Maybe later on, you guys have more time and try it. Okay, then solution 3, right?
Mhm.
3. Okay. I'm gonna write pseudocode first, then write your write code. Okay, what is your thought process?
Okay, the first step one, I want like store the array first. Store the array like
Sort the array.
yeah.
Okay.
Can we?
Yeah. Why
Okay.
not?
Like store the array in the increasing and decreasing
Yeah.
true side.
So you want to sort array in
Which
ascending, right?
direction do you want to sort it in?
In
Like two. Both.
Oh,
I think we
oh,
might not want to.
Yeah, like we can like I think we can.
so you're gonna set two separate variables. One
Yeah.
is the first one is a sorted ascending sorted, and the second variable as a descending sorted array.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So and then just compare with the array. Is that they are the same or not?
Compare the sorted array is same or not, right?
Yeah. If it's not the same, just return false. If they are the same, just return true.
Okay. If same, return true.
Yeah.
If not, return false, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Do you guys think that can work?
Only 2 steps.
I have a question.
Okay.
So we saw the array in ascending,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Okay.
compare the sorted array with the original array.
Yeah.
But we also have the descending array.
Yeah.
If we have descending array, we also want to return true.
Yeah. I know. Like I put it in the chat, the function like sorted ascending array and descending array. So if it's the same with the ascending array or the descending array, return true.
Yeah, those are
Otherwise-
simple.
Return.
So you're gonna compare.
This is the sorting array function, right?
Yeah, the first one is ascending, the second one is descending.
First one is ascending, second one is descending. Okay, good.
And then we just compare with the original one, like the input.
All right.
Okay, I put that one. And
Yeah.
this.
So even though the input is all the same number, it's the same number.
Okay, how can we compare? So if what?
Sorry, one second. Before you proceed, the array that's sort is creating a new array. It's not mutating, so it's creating a new array, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to overwrite.
Let new array equal.
So you have to assign a new array.
Sort.
Do I need to assign new array here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just
Initialize
overwrite.
What do you want me to call, like a sort array? Like ascending array?
ASC array. Yeah.
And let descending array. Okay,
I would say const over let. That's just
Okay.
fine.
sure.
Okay.
Okay. And so if ascending array not send like this one. No, not send. Array cannot use that one.
You mean change that are the same?
Yeah. We
Okay,
cannot do this for array.
I searched Google how to compare arrays.
You have to find a method or technique to compare if elements or objects that are
Fabian, do
same.
you
They're
know-
basically arrays and
okay.
object.
Probably a
You
function.
could just
for
do
it,
Google search how to
honestly.
compare
Oh, we
arrays.
need to use stringify for this.
Wow.
Yeah, you
that
can do
is-
that.
yeah.
You can do that.
Fabian, do you know how to compare like
Two arrays.
to array them or not?
Yeah, I mean that.
I mean,
that
the
is-
stringify
that is
would
valid.
technically
The
work.
stringify.
How it works?
Yeah, you're just turning it into string. It should work.
You converting it to a string.
Okay. So I just put it if right, then this then put array one. So array one is ascending is array equal to array two is descending, right? Descending.
No.
So you're comparing it to what
Array.
you
It's array.
the original array.
Yeah.
The what you put what your input parameter is, the array.
Okay. And that one is which same?
Or
Is that one too? No.
no. It's one is ascending array and ASC array.
Yeah, you have to do two comparisons using. He's
And-
going to use the OR operator,
Or.
the logical OR.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Then put the same thing, right? Then change to the descending.
Descending
array.
array at the end.
Okay. That one. Super long. Okay, here. Oh,
The logic.
Bees. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do I need to put a parenthesis here? Then just put here.
I don't know.
Better? Doesn't matter. So then we just return, right?
True. Yeah, return true.
Okay. Okay, I don't see the parentheses. Okay. If
And maybe you need one more.
return true. Okay.
And now return false.
Return false?
Yeah.
Okay, should we run it? That's it? 2 steps?
I
Looks pretty cool.
Run it.
Run it. Okay, I'm gonna put solution 3.
hope that will not crash your computer.
It's on leak code side.
Don't crash Lico either.
Bill,
Okay.
one.
That is one.
It might be the edge
a
case.
little bit, one more
that's a lot.
faster than Doris.
It might be. Is the error that not taking care of the empty array edge case?
Oh yeah, maybe. But cannot be that much empty. Can we check the arrow?
In case, okay,
Yeah.
that one. No, it's not about that.
What? -5. So
It's just maybe the I think it's the repeated number not work. If it has repeated
Okay.
yeah, like
Okay.
wrong.
Yeah, the logic is not. It has a bug. There's a bug.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. And if there is positive number, it's not work. You know. Yeah. So your code is not work with repeated
Repeating
number
number.
and positive number. Okay, has anybody can help fix the bug or just we're gonna move on, you know?
Mm.
So, do you guys ever discuss the time and space complexity of your solutions?
Yeah. If we gonna move on, we're just gonna discuss the time complexity and the space complexity. If we can fix this bug, then we fix the bug. And you guys make decision.
Do people want to still continue on to different problems or
Or
different solutions?
So what do you want? What do you want?
I think we have enough solutions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this one is halfway. Okay, but thanks for trying. And we're just gonna do the big O. So we're gonna do the for the successful solution.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we can test our test case in VS Code instead of put it onto the
No,
app?
because we're gonna write the test code, and I didn't write that one.
You
Well,
can
you
write
can
out
always
the
take it
test.
from leak code.
Unless
The test-
I install
You can do that too.
the framework, Maybe we do next time for that. Oh, what happened? This one. Okay, so
how can we do that in VS Code?
I think we're gonna install the I forgot the frame the plug. Huh?
Did you mean one of the extensions? Sorry.
Yeah. But I forgot which one. I gonna research and let you know next time.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot which one, but I know there is one. At least one. Okay, let's do the big O notations. Who wanna explain?
Yeah, can you display the code? I forgot.
Can you explain the time complexity and the space complexity for the first solution? Do you still remember the first solution?
I mean, technically, yes.
I don't know. There were a lot.
Okay, I gonna.
So many
okay,
solutions. Do I have to go over each one?
No, just
The successful one.
Yeah,
The successful one. Okay, the time complexity is O of n.
Okay, hold on. Let me put that one.
Are we talking time complexity or what?
Yeah, I gotta hold on. The time complexity of this answer is O(n) squared because you're like with the
N factorial.
infinity.
You see the code is here on the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I remember working solutions. So
Oh.
or
Do
just
you
scroll
have
down the for
other
loop. On your right screen, if you scroll down a little
it's a
bit
little
further.
bit. I see a for loop.
Yeah.
There's a for loop. You run the
Yeah.
for loop once.
Yeah,
You run
that's
it over the array once.
Yeah.
Everything is one time.
Yep.
Time is all in.
Yep.
Depending on the size of the input array, the time is out.
Because we have to loop over the array regardless.
Okay,
Yeah.
David, can you do like as usual, you know, line
You know
one?
that. Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to break down each line.
I'm not breaking
Like
down each
con-
line. That's
like-
not
So
what's
like
Now one
line
oh
28 and line 29 is constant time. I can tell you that.
facts.
Oh, you
And
took the most easy one.
so like
No
your
matter
four, I know
what the array length is, we have to iterate over it exactly one time. There's no skipping it. There's no. Unless, of course, it's empty.
It's
that is
linear.
constant. Congratulations. It's still over.
Okay. So the basic space complexity is all one, right?
You tell me.
ON.
You're
Oh.
right.
Yeah, you tell us.
You put it on me.
Yes, yes, we didn't create extra space or memory.
We did not. Our space, the spacer that we create. Okay. The space that we create is not affected by the length of the array.
Nice.
So it's all one, right?
Yes.
It's constant, yes.
Do you guys have answer, Jordan?
Huh?
I wasn't prepared. Do you have answer for Diego, like for this question? I think it is correct, right?
Yes, it's linear and the space is
Yeah.
constant. Yeah.
Okay, let me see the answer. Yeah. It's right.
Hey.
Okay. Maybe our solution is all right, you know.
We passed.
Yeah. Okay, nice, pretty good. We are perfect now. Yeah, next time I will prepare better. Today I wasn't prepared. Usually I will work the pointer system, you know.
It happens.
Yeah. Okay, so where are we now? Okay. So are we gonna meet next time? Gonna stop sharing.
You're the what do you call it? The bus driver? What do you call it? The bus.
The bus driver, the conductor, the
Yeah.
Discuss
Yeah.
about like a job application or interview tips, all those stuff. Ask expert Davian,
am I the expert? I guess.
technical interview expert.
Oh, so tell me, what were your interview questions or your algo questions, or how many were you given?
Which interview?
I don't know, like which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's see. Well, the PayPal one is shorter. They didn't have any crazy tests like that. At least for me, it was more or less like create an algorithm that flattens an array. So I used a recursive solution. I basically ran a while loop that ran recursively. It's basically saying if you run into another array, run this function again, and put all those inputs into a new array. Upon further Googling, I discovered an array.flat function that does all of that for you, and I was really upset. But
Does it matter?
it doesn't matter. I figured it out. Google, there were so many for the second round. The first round was, I vaguely remember the first round. The first round which is one question where you kind of I had to do object-oriented programming to I forget. I forget what I was supposed to do with those questions. But then the second
So
round
the first one was was a phone interview or Sky or whatever WebEx.
they
or,
were
I mean,
all
some-
technically they were all technically phone / some sort of virtual whiteboard interviews.
uh-huh. And the first round was just one question and one person.
Yeah,
Or
just one
multiple?
person and one question.
Okay. And how
So-
much time did they give you?
So about they were in that regard they're all the same. It's just one. The first rounds were one question, one person, and about say 45 minutes for the whole interview. So give or
Including
take,
their feedback.
yeah, including feedback or any vague introductions that they give in the beginning.
Right.
So that's pretty much about standard. And then the second round is for PayPal. I had to answer like 3 questions within 45 minutes. He gave me extra time just for talking, but like the technical part was, strictly 45 minutes. And then Google, yeah, the second round was one person and answering one question basically every 45 minutes, 5 times in the same day.
But the last one was the behavioral. Like, what was the pattern? Algo. And
It was behavioral was the
system
last
design?
one, so it's just algo, and then how good of a human being are you?
Oh, okay. So they didn't give you a system design one.
For me, no. I actually ended up with because I was hired specifically for front end, so they gave me a front end specific one.
Oh,
So unlike that, where it was a system design, I had one specific front end question where I had to like manipulate the DOM. What did I have to do? I had to like write a function that I was supposed to basically edit, like reduce either the color or the opacity or something by like 10% each time I ran this DOM function. It was a really weird question, and I didn't quite understand it because also that some of them had like stronger accents that I couldn't get around, so it took a longer time to like. It's just real. Like some of them, it's like I can't understand the answer you're giving me. Can you repeat it? So you spend more time trying to get like feedback
right.
than just answering
Sure.
the question. And then others were just like, "Oh, you do this." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But it was all over the place. Like sometimes I have to do like currying. Other times it's just a loop. The first one was pointer system, but I was so nervous I blanked and just did a nested for loop, and I was like, "That's my death sentence. I'm going to fail now." But
When did you realize that?
I had hope, but like, yeah, that first interview, I was like, I saw the problem, but I was like, just trust me, I could come up with a better solution. I'm just nervous. I try to like talk them in, like, let them know like I'm smarter than this without completely panicking, but I don't know if it quite worked with that regard.
Did they like? Did they say? Did they ask you? Do you see a way to optimize this, or
They usually
did
do, like in the first question they did, and that's what I like mentioned, and they're like, okay. And then sometimes the question, like, it's almost like in your high school, they have these math problems, but they're word problems. And if they gave you the just the math equation, it's easy, but because
Yeah.
the way they word it, you're just like, I don't know what you're asking me.
Yeah. Well, as soon as they tweak one word or phrase, it changes the whole entire problem.
I'm like,
You know,
what does
what
this
the-
mean? Because like for the front end specific question, like they want you to add 10% of a color. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just gonna take whatever color they pass in, add 10% of that into whatever color is currently in the DOM, and it's fine. And then we're like, no, you're supposed to add the 2 color codes together, and then get. I don't know. It's still confusing. I wish I had a recording because I still don't know what that problem was asking. I was like, I don't know.
But
Oh,
for
so
that
they
question, can you see your end result, or you just need to code blindly without any front
No,
end
you can't. You
feedback?
can't run the. Well, for Google, no. For PayPal, you could run your code and see if it passed or failed, and then and that was cool because it's like, oh yeah, it's syntax error, my mistake. Yeah, or I ordered something wrong. I have to flip the order, and fine. But Google, no, it's like they call it some fancy platform, but it's basically a Google Doc with indentation. So
I heard.
you can't run anything. It's just a Google Doc that happens to have some syntax highlighting, and you have to explain why you think it'll work, and you have no way of testing it. They just kind of test it when it's over.
Oh God.
Damn, that's
I've
rough.
heard that basically, if they ask you, if would you submit this code for like production or something like that, the answer is almost always no. And then you
Almost
have to give them a
always
reason.
no. You would,
Yeah.
unless you're like a competitive programmer and you're like, oh yeah, this code works. Other than that, it's usually like, nah, probably not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so the valid, answers would be more like, well, I would need time to comment and pseudocode and comment, that type of stuff. Like that's what I've heard how to respond to that.
Yeah, I would need time to comment. I'd make sure everything's
Or
properly.
do more testing of edge
Yeah, name
cases.
correct. Proper testing. Human readability, blah. Just something like it could be better. Just always be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the naming convention and all that.
Naming
cleaning up.
convention. Turn the for loop into a while loop into a reduce. I don't freaking know. Like you just use some fancier version of a loop probably to make it look cooler. Like something.
Oh, you got the for each, you got for in, for out.
I just spent the past like 30 minutes trying to solve this equation with array.every. I just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, there's no condition where it works right now.
Can I ask one thing?
Sure.
Like, what is behavior question?
Like, go
I
ahead,
mean,
Devin.
I would explain it as your standard interview, where you're just mostly talking about, name a time you had to overcome a problem with coworkers, or name a time you you had to meet a deadline and failed.
Okay.
How did what did you learn from it, and what would you have changed? Stuff like that.
About the soft skills.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more soft
pretty
skills,
much,
soft
yeah.
skills,
Yeah.
Yep.
interpersonal skills.
Oh. It's called behavior question.
Yeah, behavior.
Ah.
Yeah.
Cool.
They want to see how you would possibly react to certain
To
situations.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was all over the place. It's just like, what would you do? Basically, they give you some sample bad situation. Like, what would you do if you worked on a project equally and the developer giving the presentation took all the credit? Like, how would you react? It's like, oh, how would you react if it was a team and one person took all the credit? Like, and your teammates are upset. Then what would you do? Okay.
So what will I do?
What do I do? Whatever they want. what do you think I should do?
Is it easy to fail at this stage?
Oh,
You
what
make
was
it
that?
rhetorical. Well,
Like, what do you think I would do?
yeah, exactly.
I do. Or I would do exactly what any good person would do, which is exactly what any good person would do.
Leave it open.
Infinity for loop.
Or something like when you have conflicts with your coworker, like on some disagreement, then what you will do,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like there was one that was like, name a time where you stood up for what you believed in. I'm like, oh, what?
What is that? What does that mean?
So you just say follow the teammate's opinion.
It's like, I'm a superhero and this is my creed. Oh, I cannot tell a lie. I don't know, like just this weird question. It wasn't too weird, but it was deeper than your average. Like, what's your greatest strength? Although they did ask that too. Like,
Greatest
what's your
strength?
yeah? What's your greatest strength and your
Oh,
greatest
strength.
weakness?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to answer
It usually
those.
requires
questions.
you turning around a negative into some positive or possible positive outcome.
Either a positive or something
Learn.
that you're
Or-
aware of how to fix and that you're actively
Yeah.
correcting. And it has to be obviously programming related. Like my greatest weakness is my quads right now. I really need to hit the gym because quarantine has been tough. You know, I'm really trying to strengthen my lats because of all this desk sitting. Like that's not gonna. And humor also works unless they're dead inside, in which case it's like, okay, I'll just answer the question now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to read the person, the interviewer.
Or sometimes the joke is like too culturally specific and it just goes over their head. Like, okay, that didn't say.
Yeah, those are taking your chances, rolling the dice on some of the.
Yeah, that's a real hit or miss. High risk, high reward situation. Man. I don't know. Ray would know more. He's the tech lead.
Yeah, tech lead, respect.
Which could mean
Former.
exactly what I think it means, or it could be a lot less, or it could be a lot more. Like that. It really depends on the company.
Yeah. Okay, does anybody have more questions? Then if not, we're gonna meet for next time. Sorry, today I was being late and
I was late too.
I wasn't
I was late there.
prepared for the
I
code
was on
work.
time. Actually.
I wasn't prepared for the pointer system.
Wait, so
I was like, wait, what?
what pointer system?
Exactly.
You know it.
That's why she wants to prepare.
All right, question. How can I know to prepare what question we're working on next time? Are we just going in order now?
Every
Kinda.
time send
Oh,
the
what order are you
question to
going?
Davian. Davian, you need to send to Jordan.
I need to, bro. We're just doing all the array problems in order right now.
Oh, you're
Okay.
doing the array,
You are
algo expert.
Yeah,
Algo
the
expert,
algo
yeah.
expert.
And so you don't sort by category array. Then we just do the next question, which is let me see.
This one
Can
right
you
here
show
is
it to
cool.
us? I've never seen algo expert. What it looks
It's
like.
pretty sweet.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of
I
doing
like- I
LeetCode
like-
too, like just separately.
I like it a lot.
The algo expert is nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a spiral traverse. I
Yeah.
don't know how to pronounce that one. So it's pretty much that question, you know.
Yeah.
So the one after
Can you forward it to us? Because I can't see it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want to share your screen so that
Yeah.
Ray can see Algo Expert?
I share my screen. Okay, share my screen.
Wait, has anyone that has it done like the mock interview like thing on there? Because that's the new feature, right? You can mock interview with people.
Yeah. So
I heard about that.
it's gonna be this question, Jordan.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So you just do like that one, sort by array. Then we do that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted to
Oh.
see Algo Expert though, so show them around.
Yeah,
Show them
Sure.
like the video explanations and everything.
sure, interacting on, yeah.
Yeah. So
Everything.
just how to show just
Like,
it's just
how-
like
how
this
you
one.
use
Then you click.
usually.
You click, then you do question, then they give you one solution, but it's in Python. Then you can, if you got stuck, at least you have one solution.
Oh, they
Oh,
don't have a
Yeah.
JavaScript solution. They're all Python.
No, they don't have
They have
JavaScript.
JavaScript solutions. They don't have
But you
JavaScript
can Google
explanations.
online. You
Oh.
can Google online. So pretty much you
Oh.
can get solution anyway.
Yeah, just
Okay.
the
I know Python
only the
equally
explanation
well,
is in
so.
Python.
Huh?
So
What did you say?
I think
mean,
the
I
cool
know
thing
Python.
is like their
Sorry,
video
go.
explanations.
Yeah, and they give you some hints, but I don't think it's really useful for the things. So
Oh my goodness, very useful. What is this?
Very useful.
question, though? Is that the next question?
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
next question, that one. So
Oh,
that
my.
was
Can you
on
can you
Thursday.
copy and paste the question into the chat?
No, you cannot copy the question. I have to manually
You
type.
have to write it out. Yeah.
Oh, really?
But I
Yeah.
can
That or you gotta do like the inspect tools and you just like copy the. I've
Right.
done that.
HTML, right?
Just
So
copy the
I
HTML.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
I will
Write a scraper.
screenshot
Exactly.
send you the picture.
A
Right.
screenshot?
Yeah, screenshot. Well, that's easy.
I
That
can
works.
do
Yeah,
now, you know.
yeah.
But we're
Screenshot.
gonna meet on Thursday. You need that many time to do that.
Oh no! I just I guess.
Okay.
I usually send a day before, you know.
Right. Can I
I
just want to read
mean-
it. What does it say? A function that takes in an x.
What did it say? Oh, we're doing two-dimensional stuff now?
I don't-
Oh, snap.
So Google Meet can let us send the picture. I don't think so. I sent you Slack, Ren.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I usually just drop the meeting link and the question a day before the meeting, so you have 1 day to
I
prepare.
understand. I get it.
That's
I was just
enough.
curious.
Okay.
So your plan is to follow this order.
Yeah, unless you guys want the other order, you know. Other order, you will be like this one.
What is the color mean? Like the green, blue, red?
So
Easy,
that's
to hard.
medium, hard.
the medium difficulties. So the
Jump-
black is the most difficult one.
like,
Well, we
jump
are
into
not
descending order.
Huh? What
Jump into descending order. Start from the back end.
for this any?
You're gonna start from that. Yeah, let's do it. Just,
So you guys wanna try from here, right? From go back, black.
just work our way down. Then by the time we get to the green, we
It'll
just
be
do
easier.
all of it in one day.
I don't know. I haven't studied the dynamic programming and other advanced
Oh,
data structure yet, so we do array first.
Dynamic programming is fun.
Yeah.
Once you-
That's what I've heard. That's not what I've experienced. That's what
But
I've
it
heard.
can be like group decision. It can be group decision, okay? So you guys can say, oh, we don't want to do array anymore. We can do other stuff. You know, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
was
spend this
gonna
next week
question
doing
for-
all that stuff.
We will meet next Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. PST.
You mean Friday?
Thursday or Friday?
Oh, Friday. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Friday. Yeah,
We're
Then
adding
we-
days now.
Yeah.
yeah. Then we meet Sunday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, and the link will be always this link,
Oh,
which is
Okay.
/ZVX. Okay.
Okay.
If anyone
Yeah,
wants to
so-
meet before, like y'all can message each other, y'all can message me. If anyone wants to, it just happens to be free. And wants to like go over stuff.
Do you have a Slack group?
Huh?
Not
Do you have a
Slack.
Slack group?
With a
Oh, I
buzz?
don't know if there's a group.
Jennifer, make
A
one.
Slack?
You're the leader.
Oh, okay.
You can do
I
that?
make one. But you guys commit the people? Because sometimes I make a group, then they only show up once, then never show up again. Then I make another group with different people.
So in the same group. Then you
Huh?
don't need to make new group. You
Yeah.
just add the same group.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we'll just create a whole
gonna-
new Slack and then do that.
Whole new one. Okay.
Oh no, you just spam the people that don't show up.
Hey,
No,
bro.
I make the group in Slack. I just add like a group chat, you know, the one in the Slack. Then once you add them, you cannot remove, you know. Can
Oh,
And when you add people, it just creates a new group.
Oh really? Does it really?
Yeah, whenever you add somebody to a group, it just creates a new group, and you lose
Wow.
all the old chats and stuff are just in a separate group.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I will add you guys So if you are committed people, you know.
Well, I'm committed. I want to check the Slack.
Okay, yeah. Um,
I
yeah.
might only be able to join the Sunday one because Friday is too late for me.
Yeah, now it's almost 10 here, 10 p.m. here.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
They are in
Yeah.
Canada time.
Still not working.
Yeah, same as ours, right?
Yeah.
Around 10 p.m.
So we can. That's why if we create a Slack group and just add people, we can. I don't know. It's easier to manage. It's easier for people. It's one source of truth, where people
Yeah.
can just see what's going on.
Oh, okay. So I don't like. Are we gonna create a Slack, chat or just
Like
another separate Slack group?
Like a separate,
which
like an
separate
entire
from
Slack, whatever the hierarchy
A
of
channel?
Slack is, like not like
A Slack channel.
like
A channel.
a full group. No, like a full,
Yeah, Slack.
like a whole
Whole
new
Slack.
Slack, a whole
Whole
Slack,
new Slack, yeah.
a whole new
that's
Slack.
separate.
channel?
That will be separate from the Slack we
Yeah.
have now.
Yes,
Yeah,
Because
it's a
that-
Slack channel.
a separate Slack with the separate sign in and the URL, all that. Like
Okay, so not the group chat. I need to be clarify, so not the group chat, right? If that's the case, please drop your email in the meeting now, right now.
Okay.
right now,
Right now.
right now,
Here we go.
right now.
Just do it.
We're gonna have. I guess it's gonna be AlgoBus dot
Yeah,
Slack.
I'll go back up the point. I'm gonna follow my lead, David. So he told me create a separate one. I create separate
A
one.
full separate Slack
A driver.
I'm a good
with
team.
drivers, passengers, bus schedules, tokens, bus passes.
Oh,
Where's your
Stops.
JWT to get in? You need your
JSON
token to
web
get
token.
to enter.
JWT.
JWT.
token again. Exactly.
okay, I will invite
Pay
you.
your fare.
Yeah, there's no hopping in the back. There's no fare skipping. Yeah, we're checking at the door.
Okay, Jordan. Okay, hold on. Let me paste.
And then you can invite the old group that doesn't do anything to the new group, and with the, like we're moving on without you. Go. All right.
So
So is that
how many
everyone?
sessions have you guys had?
This is
I've
our
only been
fifth.
to 2.
Six.
Fifth? Six?
Six.
Wow.
Six?
Yeah.
You had six?
Look,
Dang,
we
well, this is
have
number 5, so I must have lost one. I'm like,
no. Because today is question 6, right? So
Is
that's
it?
it. Yeah.
Wait,
How did you start that first
1,
test?
2. Oh, snap. I'm missing one on YouTube then. I gotta go find it.
Hey, where is your YouTube channel? Can you drop the link?
It's all a playlist, and I will drop the link.
Oh, so they're all on Devon's.
One. Yeah, because we do Algo Expert, it has copyright conflicts. We cannot make it public.
Oh,
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. So I just
so how
record
does
them
that
for
work?
reference.
How do they know?
They don't. I don't know.
Like,
I just feel like if the channel were to get big and it were to get a lot of views,
If
then
a
they
bunch
would
of
say
people just
something.
started watching it, then
Yeah.
it'd be a problem. Or just
I guess
I
that's a
don't
good
know.
problem.
If someone sent it to him or something.
Clement
saying,
be
hey,
stalking
like,
my LinkedIn sometimes. Maybe I'll just post
Yeah.
something there. He'll be like, "Hold on, wait a
Yeah.
minute now."
yeah.
Do they all have to pay the toll, or I'm gonna charge you?
Yeah.
I gotta go find that because it's just unlisted, so anybody who has the link can see. It's not like
That's
super
cool.
private where I gotta like invite each person. Maybe it'll be that way later on, but for right now, it's just easier this way.
But my earlier YouTube embarrassing.
Or would you consider to change a whole name like Auger Train or something?
Oh, I misnumbered them. That's why. Okay, this is the 6th that I'm recording.
Auger,
What do you start off at 0 index?
Exactly. This is 0
Yeah.
indexed, and then this is the
0,
1,
1,
2,
2.
3. So yeah, that's the playlist link with all the videos. One of them messed up because I upgraded to Big Sur, and so it wouldn't let me record computer audio, so you could only hear me. And you have to read gen and subtitles, like like an anime. You just got to read the sub, but but the rest of them were just your app recordings like this one.
why don't we use Zoom? I think Zoom we can recording
We
other
can.
people, right?
We could always use Zoom.
But
What's
soon, once get to the,
I have a paid Zoom, so don't worry
oh,
about it.
that's good.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
What's the
because
difference?
otherwise it cuts off after 40 minutes.
Yeah,
I
the
think
free
you-
one, if you have more than 2 people, it cuts off after like 40 or 45 minutes.
40
Yeah,
minutes.
I think it's
Yeah.
40.
Because during COVID-19, they have unlimited version for everyone.
They
During
did.
COVID-19. Cool. That's pretty cool.
So yeah,
But
we
not
could
for
definitely use Zoom next time. I just we were
Oh.
already just using this, so I was like, it's fine.
Ren, you didn't send your email. I'm adding now.
Ray has it right there.
Razor, yeah, Razor's in there.
It's there
Okay, hold on.
on the top.
Oh, that's why.
His email is jason.strigify or what?
Okay, just give me a second. I'm gonna.
Jason.stringify Ray.
I might just throw some functions in my email name just see what happens. It's gonna be r.split devin.gray period at
I'll use a substring.
Okay, I have added everybody now. Did you receive my Slack link?
Yes. I
Yep.
got it.
Okay,
Join now. AlgoBus.
maybe say hi in the
and say
general.
hi.
Yeah, I say hi everyone,
Oh,
so
whoops.
you say hi in the general channel.
And then wait, why am I checking? I'm checking my email. And then next time maybe we can do Zoom, and I'll just host it. I guess
Yeah.
I'll create like a
Update
meeting
your,
that everyone can join. Where's my Slack? Ooh, I've been invited to AlgoBus.
I'm there.
All right, let me log off. I'm recording that screen. Okay. I should have stopped recording a while ago. Now that I think about it, it's gonna take forever to upload.
You did the same thing last time, remember?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you do
I'm
room,
gonna
then
I'm
only
gonna
the
start
upload.
cropping this out. You still have to pay for storage though. Even with Zoom, like I pay, it's still gonna be like X amount of storage, and then people have to. It's a thing. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, we did it. I had to stop signing in to start recording. So, or you stop signing in to stop recording, and now I'm signing in. Yeah, we're just gonna do. Maybe we'll just do all that. We're gonna do Algo Expert. We're gonna do Leak Code. We're gonna do Codility. Let's just do all of them. Well, At this rate, yeah, it might. It might. Peer pressure, I guess. Um, it's FOMO. Exactly. It depends. Like, for this in particular, yeah, it's just FOMO. Like, if it was like leak code, then I would probably be doing it for YouTube or something. For right now, it's just practice, I guess, and because I don't want to waste my $100 on the subscription, although it worked. Can't let good money go to waste. Oh wow. It's like 150 or something. Just buy it. Just get it. Wait, what? This? Oh my god. What do you mean? You want a Kickstart? You want a GoFundMe for AlgoBus? Oh, I was like, what did you just be? Where did you go? She just, are we signing now? So is everyone at this? So now that we've got a Slack channel, now now everyone has all these suggestions. Are we still cool with doing Algo Expert and what's the group? Are we still cool with the order for now? Yeah, we gotta pick it up. It's only a year subscription. I've seen that too. Like I was in a group that did something similar, where like either we do like a chapter on